On May 31st, I happened to be at the front desk of our Skillman clinic. A woman walked in and I turned around and greeted her the way that we greet all of our patients. Welcome to Watermark Health. How may we serve you? And the response out of her mouth was
that she would like to place her baby for adoption. Typically, I would be at the front desk, but Christy was there and she was just the perfect person to happen to be at the front desk. The Lord knew what he was doing.
I remember coming back from the break room, getting my coffee, and Christy immediately grabs me and she says, "Roxanne, I need you to be in this room with me."
There's just an immediate, what do I do? This had never been a scenario that had happened at one of our clinics before. My gut instinct was just, let's get her into a patient room and have a conversation.
I'm praying the whole time going, "Lord, please give me the right words, the right thing to do."
She needed our help. She knew that she could trust us because she had been there before, and she was seeking resources for her baby.
She was really bubbly and had a big personality. She was a joy to talk to and a joy to care for. We got to diagnose her pregnancy. Then we got to do her early prenatal care visits, which was really sweet to get to tell her she's pregnant and get to care for her. I could tell that she felt like it was a safe place to come into the clinic. I feel really humbled that the Lord would get to use our clinic and specifically me in lots of interactions with the patient to help make her feel safe and cared for and listened to, that she would want to come to Watermark Urgent Care because she knew that it would be a place that her baby would be well loved and well taken care of.
As Christy and I are listening to the story, it just warmed my heart for everything that she wanted for her baby. She wanted to let us know how much she loved her, and that's why she was giving this baby to us to place in the best place possible.
It became pretty clear early on in the conversation that the circumstances, the hardships that she had faced, that this was a really good decision that she was making. During part of that conversation, I just had the thought, I wonder if there's a way that we can keep this child out of the foster care system. Is there a family we can connect them to that fosters that might be a great fit within our church? So we called a friend who works in the foster care and adoption space, and they recommended 2 adoption agencies. Roxana called the first one and got no answer. Nobody picked up. And then she called the second one and they said that they'd be there in 20 minutes. The adoption agency and the CPS caseworker got there and agreed that this was a good decision. There was this moment where the representative from the adoption agency stepped out for a minute, made a phone call, and came back and shared with us that she had found a family that was excited to be a part of this adoption. The cherry on top that we never could have imagined was even possible was that they were a Watermark family. And so they especially were also thrilled that the first child in their family would be coming through a Watermark outreach.
So it was 1:15 on a Friday afternoon. I was at the office working, Haley was at home. Haley calls me and lets me know that, hey, received a phone call. This was the first drop-in call that we received. It actually happens only about 5 to 10% of the time. We also had 15 minutes to make a decision. In a short amount of time, our lives had changed forever for the better.
Andrew and I met at Watermark. We got married at Watermark. We were both baptized, and little did we know that God was preparing a way through this ministry.
All these important life events happened within the Watermark community. Out of all the places, our agency serves all of Texas. The drop-in could have been literally anywhere. The fact that it's not even at a hospital, it's at the Watermark Urgent Care was kind of God connecting all these dots.
I remember them running into the clinic just so clearly excited and ready to meet their baby. It was just a joy to welcome them in and get to say, she's just right over there in the other room.
We just got to see these details of God piecing this story together in a way where we went from this chaotic moment of, oh my gosh, how do we respond to this, to seeing him start to put the resources together to care for this child.
The first photo we got of our daughter, the person holding her was wearing a Watermark Health shirt. And I think it was in that moment that I realized members of our body were caring for our daughter, had been caring for her before we even knew she existed. To me, that is a gift I just couldn't have fathomed.
You'll never believe what happened in one day when we opened our doors to getting to love on a mom and a sweet little baby, to a couple walking in empty-handed and walking out with a bundle of joy.
We're just so thankful for the staff and what they do here to care for people day in and day out. A family was put together here. She's just the most amazing baby ever, and my love for her has just grown infinitely. Like, my heart just lives outside of my body now in her. I look back on that day and I'm like, man, God's hand was like in that, in every way, shape, and form.